Hey guys, thank you both for joining us. Welcome to Halloween Daily, where every day is Halloween.
Hi, Matt. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
I'm very excited to talk to you both because as you might imagine, I'm always excited to talk about a new Halloween movie, much less a Halloween slasher. So I'm going to start there. Are you guys fans of the slasher subgenre, or even more specifically, the Halloween slasher subgenre? Because this is the latest in kind of a pantheon of Halloween slashers. Um, Eden, I
So,
guess we'll start with you.
yeah, absolutely. In this industry, you've got to be, of course. And we're in the Pacific Northwest where it's super
Mhm.
dark all the time, perfect for filming Halloween movies or slashers all year round. Um, so yeah, I was super excited to jump on this movie and create one myself.
And for me, I grew up with this. My first horror movie ever when I was 7 or 8 years old, being babysat on Halloween was Halloween. And so
Mhm.
that was my intro into that whole world and
Right.
definitely, had a visceral effect on me, not knowing that that kind of stuff existed. So I was hooked.
Well, that's good to know that you guys go into it with a love for the genre like that, like we do. Now, with this being an expansion of the original short film, and I actually never saw it in its short film version. Um, can you each talk about your reaction when you found out that you were going to get to expand it into a feature and get a proper release this year? Let's see, Jason. I guess we'll start with you on this one.
Okay. Yeah, when I got the news that they were expanding it, I was pretty excited because hearing that Dredd picked it up, that they were interested in it, and that we were going to be able to expand more on the story and get the
Mhm.
full feature, I was pretty stoked. And then once I got the script on the expanded scenes, that was the next wave of fun there, seeing everything that we were going to be able to do and film and add to the story to just make it richer and a lot more fun.
Yeah, I agree. The expansion didn't have any new scenes for Cassandra, so what you see from Cassandra is what you got in the old one, but I'm really
Mhm.
happy that they were able to expand. I think it allowed Benny's character to have some more development on screen, even though I know that Jason came to the filming of the original with a lot of backstory in his head, and you can see that through his performance. But I'm
Mhm.
glad that we got some more background on him and some extra fun kills.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, the kills definitely deliver in a big way. I have to say, our audience are going to love some of those for sure. Now, with Eden, with your character of Cassandra, again, being a fan of the genre going into this, and I was curious, first of all, what excited you the most about getting to bring this character to life, and then also, were you ever at all kind of consciously trying to invoke any of our Laurie Strodes or Sidney Prescotts of classics past?
Yeah, of course. I mean, what drew me to Cassandra's character is her strength. She dresses up for Halloween as a huntress. She's an older sister, and while she is being stalked and she is prey in a sense, she also is the predator,
Right.
um, stalking her own prey. And I think that the prey in this story would be this sort of tragedy that has happened to her family that sort of unwinds as the movie goes on, and that's what drew me to her and the story.
Awesome. Now, Jason, with bringing Benny to life, I mean, I see shades of a lot of different influences and slashers of past, and I definitely get those references and those nods. And then I do see, there's certain things that you're doing that obviously you're is unique. And just one I love is I don't want to spoil anything, but the headphones, and just kind of when Benny's listening to the headphones and kind of, and then the whole uh, was that uh, always there, or was that something you guys came up on the day, or can you talk a little bit about that?
That was what the moment you're talking about was an ad lib for me for sure.
Okay.
Kind of walking in and pointing and doing all
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
It was yeah, I just wanted to play with it more. Excuse me. I based the character off of what Jeremy read. It talked about being about, 5 to 8 year old boy who hasn't really developed past that. So I went in with a curiosity of a young kid and kind of the curiosities I had. And when you see little boys who want to kill bugs and snakes and stuff and experiment, and they're just curious, they're not evil, and they don't see themselves as evil. They just are wondering how the world works and how these things work. That's how I kind of went in with Benny. And so when something happens, like you do the sun and a magnifying glass on an ant and it explodes, you get excited, you're happy, and you don't realize, oh, this just caused death. And that's how I kind of went into it with Benny to play it. So he's not really knowing right from wrong, and he's got this innocence to him and playfulness. And so he's just having a great time and doesn't know he's doing some bad things.
And I know you worked on the special effects as well. And I want to talk just a little bit about the costume. I mean, Benny's wearing the scarecrow costume and makeup, but you're wearing Benny's costume. So can you talk a little bit about that process of getting into it and just working through that?
Yeah, that was another thing. My partner Naomi and I came up with the overall final look, and we talked with Jeremy Rudd, the director, about it. And
Mm-hmm.
he gave us some reference pictures that were kind of cute, playful. I gave him reference pictures of something that was really dark and creepy and evil, and then we kind of landed somewhere in the middle. And Jeremy really wanted to make sure that we had my face, being able to do facial expressions, which I think was a great call. And so Naomi made some face charts with some different looks and everything. We agreed on it. And then with about a 4-hour process of sitting in the makeup chair, we get the makeup on, the different prosthetics and the makeup and everything. And one thing that I added to the look was that cutoff nose. I wanted something with the nose that was different. And I wanted him to stand out and not just look like a clown, not just look like a standard anything. And so I kept talking to Naomi about it and like, what can we do that's unique? And the nose and the design was something that was kind of off for me. And I was like, what if we had like a red nose? I was like, well, why? That'd be weird for a scarecrow. I'm like, well, they have that triangle patch, which is kind of like skull-like for, on typical scarecrow. So what if we
Mm-hmm.
just made it like the nose is cut off and that's the triangle? And then we did the test drawing and we loved it. So I like that as kind of a signature piece on the makeup.
Yeah, that makeup was a real dedication because usually as a girl on set, as an actress, you're spending like twice as much time in the chair, in the makeup chair, as your male counterparts. And yeah, Jason really committed to this role. He was, yeah, booking a lot of time in that chair for sure.
4-hour application, 2 to 3 hour taking it off every day. Yep.
It took that long, Jason, to
Hell
take.
yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yep. Just did it again yesterday for some fun promo stuff.
Oh, very cool.
Wow.
Now, Eden, we mentioned the process of him getting into it. Now, when you're on set and working and dealing with Benny, can you talk a little bit about that? And were there ever moments of kind of legitimate creepiness creeping in?
Yeah, I mean, to start off with, uh, before I fully met Jason, there was just
Mm,
this guy walking around with weird makeup, and Jason is a really tall guy, you know? So
yeah.
with this makeup, it is a little bit terrifying, which is great because it looks great on film. But when you meet him, he's just the nicest guy ever. But separately, there were some scenes that I would be, taking a break from my scenes, and they'd be filming a fight scene, for example. And I have this one memory of me and a fellow actress behind the camera watching as they were filming in another room. And it sounds like Jason is actually beating this guy up. Really nice guy, another actor. And for a second, there's this feeling when your body doesn't remember that it's fake. Uh,
Right.
and I'm watching on film, and it looks incredible. It's one of my favorite scenes. And we have this, I think this was an accident with this like spark of cigarette ash it's just beautiful. So when I watch the movie, I always think back to that moment of genuine terror.
I love it. Um, well, that's always good to know too. That there, a little legit terror in there as well. Now, when this expansion was first announced back last year, Epic said at the time that the hope and I think the plan was for a sequel or sequels down the road. Um, So, are you guys down to reprise these characters to return to this world in some way?
Absolutely. 100%. I'd love to get back in there and expand on the story and work with Eden again and have the whole crew.
Me too. Absolutely. I think by the end of the film, not to give anything away, but Cassandra has definitely developed some true rage, and you see some of it play out, but I would love to see her deal with what you discover at the end of the
Yeah,
movie in a second film.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm excited to see where it all may go, and again, I know the audience loves this. Now, another question, because every day is Halloween with us, and it always goes back to Halloween, and this is a Halloween horror movie as well. So a lot of people, it's going to be releasing in August, and it's going to be out everywhere for this Halloween season in 2025. Are you guys ready to start seeing Benny and maybe Cassandra too? You know, costumes out around Halloween, and of course at horror conventions.
That would be amazing. A dream come true.
Oh yeah, I would love to see a Benny and Cassandra little duo moment. Send me a photo if you find any.
I heard there may be some Benny merch coming out that I'm very excited to see. So I don't know,
Ah,
no confirmations yet, but it's rumored.
excellent, excellent. Well, we'll definitely be looking forward to that. And yeah, I could see how the character and all of that could lend itself well to certain merch and everything for sure. For horror lovers and specifically, like I said, Halloween horror lovers, it's kind of our favorite subgenre, as you might imagine. So for our last few minutes on the Halloween holiday itself, I'd like to ask you both. Well, first of all, do you celebrate? And then if so, just what does Halloween mean to each of you? And Eden, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I love Halloween, and I've always loved Halloween. Uh, I'm kind of weak when it comes to horror. I love to watch them, but I'm this kind of watcher. But what I love about Halloween, ever since I was a kid, is like a night that I feel the safest, actually, because you have all of these good-meaning people on the streets late at night, and they're dressed up as the most terrifying thing you can imagine. But it feels really safe because everyone's out at night and just, really there for kids as well so that they can have a nice introduction to this thing that we call horror.
Oh, I love that answer. That's great.
Yeah, and I have always loved Halloween from when I was a kid, always dressing up and making costumes and just that's kind of where I got my start making costumes and
Mhm.
props and everything. And then end up making my own home haunt for many years where you'd have the entire neighborhood come to the house and then news stations coming over. And when I couldn't do that anymore, I actually volunteered at a haunted house to go work at that. And but in the last several years, I've been booked a lot and haven't been able to celebrate as much as I've wanted to. So
Yeah.
but it's definitely one of the fun ones.
Excellent, excellent. And then for our last um, two-parter, we always try to ask everybody if we have time, your favorite Halloween costume that you've ever worn and your favorite Halloween candy or treat.
Oh, my favorite costume.
My favorite costume, hands down, was being a Day of the Dead woman. And so just full face of makeup, black and white, the teeth, the bone structure, the nose, eye sockets, and then, which is terrifying. And then for a little pop of color, these like beautiful flowers that I had in my hair. I love that little contrast there.
Oh, very cool.
I think for me, it would have been my first Jason Voorhees costume because it's something that I always liked and everything. And I finally made a good quality one and put that together, and I kind of launched my life in a different direction. So um, I think that would be it for me. And I don't know, I like Kit Kats and Twizzlers and or
Me
the
too.
Red Vine, whatever. I like all the candy. It's good.
Eden, did you pick a favorite candy?
Oh, favorite candy. Kit Kats are definitely one of my favorite. And then a new one is Snickers. I used to hate them when I was a kid. I would always siphon them off to whoever would take them, but
Yeah,
now I'm the one.
same thing. In the last couple of years, Snickers started being better for some reason.
I'm a big Snickers fan myself. I love that. But you can't go wrong with Kit Kats too. But
Yeah,
well,
and the
guys,
melons.
yeah, they're all good, especially the pumpkin shaped ones.
Oh
Or the
yeah,
pumpkin, yeah, they've got pumpkin Kit Kats now, and then they've got the pumpkin
Reese's and
Snickers as well, and the pumpkin Reese's. Yeah, yeah,
Ooh,
we like
the
all
Reese's
those.
Reese's. That
dangerous.
might be
Yeah,
one.
I forgot about those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't count. It's just a food staple.
that's right. Doesn't count as a treat.
Yeah,
That's just regular food.
that's just
Yep.
it's on the pyramid.
I hear you. Awesome. Well, guys, I know you're both very busy today. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. The movie's awesome. I had a lot of fun with it. I know our audience is going to love it. It's Diced Reloaded, releasing this August. So, again, instead of saying goodbye, since every day is Halloween anyway, I'm just going to wish you both a very happy Halloween.
Happy
Thanks,
Halloween to you too.
Matt. Happy
Thank you.
Halloween.